Tobago. Well, Trinidad and Tobago native Rane Blackman. She's a singer and songwriter. She was raised in Maloney, East Trinidad, and later took up residence in the United States, where she dedicatedly continues her life's pursuits, which include music. A very good morning to you, Rane. That's, of course, your stage name. What can I say? Great minds think alike. We almost matched completely, yeah? So tell us a little bit about you for our viewers who may not know that much about you. Tell us a little bit about Rane. Who's Rane Blackman?
Okay, well, good morning, TNT. I am Rane Blackman, hailing from Maloney Gardens, migrated to the U.S. and to pursue my studies. And I started singing at, the young age in the choir, at church, at school. And then 2015 or so, I decided I want to write music. And I started writing, and the whole idea was to shop the songs around, but that didn't happen. And I was pushed to sing your songs. You have the voice, you could do it. And I started singing. I dropped my first song in 2018 entitled Miss Winer, and then I just kept dropping music after that.
So you, of course, migrated to the U.S. Are you still based in the U.S.?
I am. Yes, I'm currently based in the US.
How does that influence you and your music?
I think I was thinking about it last night, and migrating to the U.S. really, really helped, because I think while I was here, I didn't have the proper tools or, connected with the right persons to, get in the door. And when I migrated, it had people out there that really, really was trying to tap into soca production and stuff like that, and they encouraged me to sing the songs and work with them, and that helped me a lot.
So most of your compositions were in 2014, 2015.
Right.
And reading up on your bio, it was described as a period of self-discovery. How so?
Yes, because at that time, I decided to test my writing ability. I like writing. So I'll write anything, and then I would just stay up late at night and think of these songs. And the hardest part was writing to a rhythm or to a beat. So I would just write anything that came to my head and send it to a producer and say, what do you think about this? You think this is good? Could you make a beat for me?
Right, so they will adjust it to the beat.
Exactly, yes.
So you're more focused on lyrics?
More focused on lyrics.
Where did that intuition come from?
Just being in the studio with a couple soca artists that's real prominent today, and vibing with them, and just seeing the likes of Patrice Roberts and Nadia Batts and Destra Garcia, and they're on stage, and I'm like, I think I have what it takes to do that, and then I just decide to tap into it.
So where does the inspiration come from, really?
Just for a love of the culture. Definitely a love of the culture. Growing up, being around, soca music, playing mass as a child, listening to Pan, and, just the whole vibe and aura. It has a different energy, and I felt like I could add to that energy.
And is there anything in particular that you gravitate towards when writing?
Just feel-good music. I like to tell a story as well, and I like what I'm writing to make sense and be able to relate to the people that's listening.
Now, I read a little bit about your childhood, and it really is enchanting the way you talk about Carnival. Tell us a little bit, share with us a little bit about that.
Well, I grew up in Port of Spain. I was born in Port of Spain. Grew up between Nelson Street and Maloney. And my grandmother, she was an avid mass player, and she was a flag woman and all this. So every year she ensured that I played mass. So I was one of those kids bearing the hot sun up and down to the savannah and back. And going, it was so much easier because everything in the heart of Port of Spain, right? So it was just easy to walk across the streets or walk to whatever is happening, walk to the pan yard, and that's how everything just developed.
And moving across to Maloney.
Mm-hmm. In Maloney, it was kind of like a faraway place from Port of Spain, from what from the norm, the activities and everything that happens. But it was nothing but a maxi ride down to Port of Spain, yeah.
How do your neighbors, people you knew growing up and so on, how do they react seeing you now to what you've become?
Well, fortunately for me, most of my neighbors sang as well. You know, so like the likes of Rosanna Winchester, she does a lot of production with Brian McFarlane. Had a neighbor named Crystal Daniel. I think she won Rising Stars, and then grew up with Pretty, and he's a big soca artist now. His brother Zone, his wife Tiffany, she does vocal coaching, and you know, so everybody's like, you know, welcome to the camp.
So which artists do you look to for mentorship?
That's a tough one. What I do is I take something from each, mostly the females. So I like Nadia Batson's, her vocal ability, her personality. I like Fayan's aggression, right? That no nonsense. I really, really like that. I like Destra's sassiness. Queen Alison Hines, you know, she's been out for a long time, and I just love her journey. Patrice Roberts, I admire her journey as well. So I just take a little from every artist. And on the male side, the longevity, Marsha Montano, you know, putting in that work constantly, and then Bungie Garlin, watching him progress to, you know, what he is now. So, yeah.
You, of course, worked alongside Devon Matthews, and that was in 2014, and that was on the single No Killjoy.
Right.
Care to share with us how your input?
Well, rest in peace to Devon Matthews. That's was a really good friend of mine, and that's how I actually decided to pursue and continue. It's kind of like touching talking about it too. But we were in the studio with Anson Soverall, right? He's a big producer. He was working on a rhythm, and Devon was there, and he's like, he always have these catchphrases or some slang or something. He says, so he was like, I want something with no killjoy. And you know, Pretty was in the studio at the time. He started humming the hook, and they were trying to figure out whatever. And I sat there and wrote the lyrics, and I was like, I have something. And they was like, what? I was like, yeah, already? Yes.
That was your first?
That was my first, yeah. So they were like, well, you have to go lay it down in the booth. And I was like, lay down what? And, you know, because I don't know. And they was like, you have to sing it. I was like, can I just tell you? And you know, I was shy, still shy. But that was my first tap into I could do this. Yeah.
Wow, that is definitely an amazing story, and the way you retold it and so on. But if I may just a little bit, what would be one of your most cherished memories of Devon?
Wow. You know what? It's so funny that I remember the night when he was performing at Tribe, and he sent me the link, and I couldn't watch it at the time. And prior to that, I don't know, like when I think back about it, I was like, did he know something was going to happen? Because he was so pushing me to do my music, and he was like, you're just writing for what? Like, do your music. Don't listen to people. Don't study anyone. Don't study who's doing what. You will never sing if you do it. And I would say when he was doing The Journey, he reached out to me, and because he used to send me his stuff, because I used to criticize like crazy. And he said, I want Mother on this track. And I was like, Mother, good and all, but you need power. And you need a powerful voice. And I
valued your opinion.
Yeah, definitely. And then I said, you need Ella Andel on this track. And he was like, I don't know how to get in touch with Ella Andel. And I said, hold on. I went on Facebook, and I got the number. I sent it to him. He sent me the finished product, and I couldn't listen to it at the time. And I had it in my playlist. I was studying, and I started to listen to songs, and this thing come out, Hindile, and I was like, who is this? And when I look at it, I saw Devon Matthews and Ella Andel. I called Devon screaming, and he was like, you know, listening to that? I said, this is it right here. And he was like, I don't know how it will work. I said, this is it. And then he came to it, and he called me. It was just crazy.
Yeah, that's certainly a classic.
Yes.
What about Together Again with Pretty?
Oh, wow. That song came to me by the way of Azaria. Azaria wrote it. And when I heard it, I instantly messaged my manager, and I said, this is the song here. And I said, but I need to do it with someone. I can't do this alone. I need to make it a collaboration. And he was like, but who? And I actually told him, rest in peace to Blacks. I said, I want Blacks. I could hear Blacks on this. Blacks would bring this out. And then, you know, he told me, well, Blacks is not well right now. And I was like, the next person I could think of is Pretty. And I sent it to Pretty, and Pretty loved it. and we just got in the studio in New York and we recorded.
It seems like, life just unraveled for you.
Right.
What sort of advice would you have for those persons who would have been as hesitant as you were back in that studio in 2014, 2015?
Yeah. I would tell them, have faith in themselves, because that's one of the biggest things. Have faith in yourself. Don't be afraid to take that leap, right? All you need to do is take the first step. That's all you need to do. And sometimes just take the first step and you will see how everything opens up.
Yeah, of course, there's a saying, you may not know where you're going, but just start to walk.
Just start walking, yes.
And it will reveal itself. You've got a bachelor's degree in legal studies.
Yes.
How does that all interlace with the music?
I really have a passion for the law as well. So it's like passion for law, passion for soca. So I did my associates in paralegal studies, and then I was like, I can't stop here. I want to do my bachelor's. I did my bachelor's, and me giving advice, taking that first step, I need to take the first step and go take my LSAT so I could apply to law school, because that's like toeing the line with that one there.
Yeah, law school next.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Let's speak it into the universe. Law school is next. What is music to you?
Life. Music is life. You could be going through anything and you put on music. I like on a Sunday, and actually I like listening to like feel good music, like Frank Sinatra and stuff like that. Just breezing through the day, like you just take a cool drive with your top down and stuff, and then when you want energy and vibes, you put on your soca, and on the way to work, on the way from work, soca, because you need that energy for the day, right? And then if you have to go to the gym after work, you need that energy as well. So I would say music is life.
And where would you like to see our industry go, really?
Globally, I think it's high time we get there.
What do you think is stopping us?
I would say when everyone started focusing on groovy, that maybe that was the reason. Like, to break it down, slow it down, so that everyone in the world could understand soca music and the culture. Because maybe, just maybe, they don't grasp the
Correct.
So I think that's what it is, because I have people listen to my music that don't even know about Trinidad and Tobago, as they say, and I always have to correct them. And they will be like, oh, I feel like I'm on a cruise somewhere or whatever, and I'm on a boat going to another island, and but if I play the power, and then they'll be like, I don't really understand what you're saying, but I like the beat. But you want them to understand what the words are saying,
Yeah. That's so true, and that's something unique about West Indians, not just Trinidadians, but particularly Trinidadians. I think we already established ourselves as, power people.
Yes.
Even up the islands, they are maybe a little more mute in terms of musical taste.
Yes.
Not as power as we are. And it's probably a baptism for people to come to Trinidad and just be surrounded by all this music, this vibe.
Yes.
And even when you're in the crowd, you're moving, the movements, the dances are much more energetic and so on.
It's something eye-opening for them as well, yeah.
Correct. What do you tell people about Trinidad and Tobago?
I tell them visit. I was like, you need to visit. I said, and if you're married and you're going to visit during Carnival, make sure you break it down to your spouse.
Right. And of course, now is the time for you to take to the stage. Okay. And of course, if you want, you could share with our viewers some of your 2023 presentation.
Yes. So for 2023, I have Together Again with Pretty, which was written by Azaria. We have Different on the Jam Juice rhythm, and then we have Attitude, which was produced also by a Grenadian, Mr. Legs and Mr. Lyons from Trinidad. And then I have Dynamite on the Puppet Master rhythm, which was done by NMG, Nikolai Green.
And which are you going to be performing for us this morning?
Together Again.
All right, excellent. The stage is all yours. You can make your way up.
Thank you.
It's rain. Wasty vibes. It's the love-and-hate relationship that we have. You treat me good, but my bumper getting on real bad. Hello, promoter. You know what you're doing. You know I can't refuse this type of music. Hello, promoter. Use a bad influence. know I can't see the bright lights. Beaming penetrating the night skies. You know I have a weakness for nice vibes. But you're doing this to me all the time. Now look, we together again. Look, wait, I don't know who is to blame. I can't wait for we to be together again. I'm happy. Take a jump wherever you are right now. One jump is not enough. I start to my detox. This wine make me heal up. I need a moment to soak it in. I love how I feel now. Getting all I deserve.
No, this is a collaboration with Pretty, right? Here, Pretty now.
I remember tired in my bed, bed calling my phone, and I answering. And I remember I can feel my legs, my body hurting me, but I'll do it again. You know I can't see the bright lights, beaming penetrating the night skies. You know I have a weakness for night wine.
Carnival lovers everywhere.
Now look, we together again. Look, wait, I don't know who is to blame. I can't wait for we to be together again. I'm happy, I'm party on my brain. Yeah, yeah. One jump is not enough. I start on my detox. This wine make me heal up. I need a moment to soak it in. I love how I feel now. Getting all I deserve.
I know all you want to do this. I know all you want to do this.
I just want wine again. I just want lime again. Could you tell all my friends where to find me? Take when promoter. You know I can't see the bright lights. Beaming penetrating the night skies. You know I have a weakness for nice vibes. But you're doing this to me all the time. Now look, we together again. Look, wait, I don't know who is to blame. I can't wait for we to be together again. Happy and party on my brain. Yeah, yeah. One jump is not enough. I start my detox. This wine make me heal up. I need a moment to soak it in. I love how I feel now. Getting all I deserve. I need a moment to soak it in. Let me soak, let me soak. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Let it soak, soak. Yeah, 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 yeah. Thanks, promoter.
Okay.
This song is called Different on the Jam Juice Rhythm. If all you know how to whine in your maxi, in your car, if you're at work, I want to see all you start to whine right now.
Leave my wet, body soak, all the rude things we could do. Got my elbows on the floor, arch my back, give me raw. I make you want to settle down. You know my name, I pour it out to turn me on like sprinklers. You should know, you got me wet, I'm dripping. Down wine hit me different ways. I'm dripping, he filling up different ways. I'm dripping, down wine hit me different ways. I'm dripping, baby I want you work it. Hold me, bring my fantasies to life. Hold me, to love me up, you just do it right. This wine getting ruder. First place, baby, move up. Your lips are mine. Had to tell you that you're different. Rum hand me extra tight, like them shots them expedite.
Yeah, they come on.
Now you can't vex with I kind of sexy vibe. Man love when them legs divide. Full flex from me sexy size. Roses on that sexy light. Would be you be mine tonight. Hold me like the ransom time. Choke me with my hands and tight. And my lips when you glide inside. If you want me to do the work, I can tell that you's a flirt. I like it steamy, I hope you know. I whining low, just for you. You have my body burning up. Freaky, freaky, make me hot. Ride it, ride it. You got me wet, I'm dripping. Down wine hit me different ways. I'm dripping, he filling up different ways. I'm dripping, down wine hit me different ways. I'm dripping, baby I want you working. Hold me, bring my fantasies to life. Hold me, to love me up, you just do it right. This wine getting ruder. First place, baby, move on. Your lips are mine, had to tell you. where you want must stay on my mind when you put down the work. Steam, it's where you need, you wanna get in, they get in between. Steam, how you feel? You coulda bring out the freak in me. Steam, welcome in, make me drip right up the scene, yeah. If you want me do the work, I can tell that you's a flirt. I like it steamy, I hope you know. I'm whining low, just for you. You have my body burning up, freaky, make me hot. Ride it. Hey, you got me wet, I'm dripping. That wine hit me different way. I dripping, heat building up different way. I dripping, that wine hit me different. Baby, how are you working? Hold me, bring my fantasies to life. Hold me, to love me up, you just do it right. This wine getting ruder. First place, baby, mover. Your lips on mine, had to tell you that you're all different.
What a wonderful performance, Rane. Thank you so much. Of course, 2023 has been described as the mother of all carnivals. Your expectations?
Wow, just a euphoric atmosphere. Lots of tourists coming to experience what Trinbago has to offer.
And of course, where can our fans see you?
Well, you can find me at Exotica de Carnival. I'll also be at E-Day and the Pavement Line.
And of course, how can they follow you on social media?
You can follow me on all social media platforms at MUZIC_RANE.
So, Rane, let me wish you a very happy and safe carnival.
Thank you.
Blessings to you as you return home to your legal profession and everything, and continue, spreading the good word and the messages about Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
Well, to our viewers, we now head to our 7 o'clock news. We'll be right back.